Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we're back to LEGO Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. So, a lot has happened in the past couple days. I've tried the remaining couple of LEGO games, and they too have lagged. And so, also, I went back and played LEGO Star Wars 1 a little bit, and I made a video about that where they have lagged, it lagged too, which inherently just proved that every single Lego game on my current computer will just lag, including the previous ones. I've also uh, gone back and seen that there's an example of uh, lag. Here we're having a lot of lag right now in the menu. Like, so in almost every game, what really happened here is every time I record a Lego game, I then take a month practically before I go and play the next one, which means I have that full month to play other games, and I pretty much forget that the previous Lego game has lagged. So almost all of them, if not all of them, have lagged. And that means it's kind of probably should be the end. It should have been the end a long time ago. I should have put off putting all of these things, playing all the levels right now. But there is one solution that I'm going to try right now. And I'll tell you about it just in case it actually works. You can go through the task manager in Windows 10. It's not easy. You have to kind of go to the services, and then you can set the affinity. And what setting the affinity means is telling it how many of the logical threads of your CPU. So if you have a 4-core CPU, that will be that would be uh, 8 logical threads. You can tell it how many a program can use. So if you start a game, I've seen online as a solution to lagging, as I'm trying to research this more, and wait a few seconds, start a Lego game, and you have to do this each time. Then wait a few seconds, and then change the affinity through the task manager to I think I'm supposed to just continuously do this. Break the window. To just core 0, the default core. So effectively tell the game and the engine that there's only one core at all. Something that honestly, even when this game came out, should not have been an option. Like a single core would have been a Pentium level processor, and even Lego The Star Wars The Complete Saga or Lego Star Wars 1 would have come out well beyond a Pentium with just one core. But you set it to 0, and then you wait, you alt tab back into the game, and you wait a little bit, and you then switch it back to all processes. So effectively you just let the engine think you have only one core, and then you let the engine think no, you have actually many cores. I have 6 cores, which gives me 12 logical units, and that's what I just did now. Is I've had it running and seeing if it was going to lag, and it still was lagging at 0 cores, which is not really a surprise, honestly. And then I just now have turned it back to all the cores. So the test will be the saving test here, and probably the last chance to save me from continuing to play the Star Wars games for a good amount of time. I cannot, as I've been spending the past couple days, I cannot justify buying a new video card for Lego games. It may also be a factor that actually these games just don't run with Windows 10. It seems like, according to this, it doesn't even have anything to do with a video card anyways, so it's not the GTX 970 that's the problem. It's the CPU, and getting a new CPU wouldn't fix it. I would need to get an older CPU with an older operating system and probably the same video card. This issue must not be universal, or TT Games must just not care. If it's happening to a lot of people, I'm not seeing a lot of complaints to agree with that. So it might be something specific to only certain CPUs. But what we're going to look here is if I can play the rest of this game. We've got just 6% left. If I can play the rest of this game and it's not lagging at all, that would be amazing. If I play the rest of the game and it doesn't lag as much, that would still give us something. I'm a little surprised I haven't seen a lag yet. There was a slight lag right there, but not anything that I've seen. In comparison, I've also been running benchmarks. The 3D Mark benchmark doesn't particularly give my computer the highest marks with a 970. It says it is better than a current gaming laptop. I guess current is a ever evolving concept, but it doesn't put it as a high-end gaming PC, which is kind of more where I'd put it. However, the VR Mark puts it ready for virtual reality software. Other things have the Talos Principle benchmark, because I reinstalled the Talos Principle and it looks great on my new video card compared to playing on my gaming laptop, which there is a good argument there. So even if the Lego games aren't running well because it's a new PC, the Talos Principle, on the other hand, is running very well. I don't have that extra on. I want to go ahead and turn that on. Super Saber Cut. And like I've said, The Witcher 3 ran well when I was recording that. And so modern, good-looking 3D graphics look fine. And so that's just more of this confirmation that I can't just buy a new video card in the small, tiny hope that it would fix this game when it doesn't look like it would. Is there something here I missed? It looks like it. That being said, we're not seeing lag. We did see a slight little freeze. But nothing like what we have been seeing. Nowhere close. And if it continues to stay that way for the rest of the game, then I will continue to this. It would be kind of a shame if I couldn't play Lego Marvel Avengers, since that's a game I've never played, and there's actually advertising reasons, since there's a new Pirates of the Caribbean game, to play the Lego Pirates of the Caribbean game, and those are the two I have right now to play. And then after that, there's just Lego City Undercover if it comes to PC. I'm not going to do Lego World unless they drastically change that game, although I might do a spotlight on it at some point, some kind of tutorial thing, maybe at some point, but I don't know. It's not a high priority for sure. And So, and the Star Wars A New Hope game, I don't own it right now, so that's why I wouldn't cover it right now. Plus, doing Star Wars back to back is not the best move. I don't know if I actually needed to do those. I guess I did. But oddly, it seems like I fixed it. And see, in a lot of ways, I really need to just give a heartfelt apology for making my audience here suffer along with me. I should have researched a solution if it turns out this affinity thing. And let's be honest here. I did research the solution multiple times. It wasn't until the 5th or 6th time that I looked was I able to find a Steam forum discussion that talked about changing things. So this issue, it seems like it might be, I mean, I can't fairly make the argument or the accusation that TT Games is censoring out people talking about the lagging issue, but it's not listed on Steam a lot. Not for as much as I have experienced it. But that is a common issue too, because when you're personally having a problem with the PC game, you're gonna just always have that problem. And it's gonna feel like everybody else that's playing the game should also have that problem, even if that's not the case. And it's gonna feel odd when other people don't have the problem. I mean, that's just a factor of the fact that I can only perceive reality based on my own actual perception and not other people's experience. Well, at least to an extent. But this is, how long have we been going? 12 minutes, and we haven't seen a lag. And it's not a full fix, but it's 99% of a fix here. Let's look at the video options and all this. 1080p, 60 frequencies. Enhanced graphics are off. I suppose we will want to, at the end of this recording, turn it back on. Just see if we can turn everything back up. Really push it. Because right now, for the first time, we've had a real success. And now the question is, can we get back what we once lost, what we've lost before with the graphics and everything. This is a great example, though, of what a real-world player would do. Instead of looking up or debugging the issue, a real-world player is just going to give up. They're either going to put up with it and say it's good enough, or they're going to stop playing. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. That's interesting. See, that moved this forward. I hope I didn't miss a collectible. Seems like there should be a secret section somewhere in this level. I haven't been jumping around a lot. This is my typical, let's see if we can get it to lag move. Let's see, do we even have vertical sync on? Yes, we do. And see, that's its own separate issue. Even ignoring the locking up, and if I've fixed it, great, we can start ignoring the locking up. I still have to kind of talk about the fact that it locks up, and you have to do this jerry-rig fix every single time you run the program. this game is still incredibly buggy. Incredibly buggy. Requiring VSync to hover, uh, crashing in places. There's just a lot going on here. And we get a lockup. But that's at 15 minutes. And it does the second one too. So, I don't know. When I did the test video, which I'm going to put after the series, I said I'm going to have to think long and hard about whether I want to play the remaining Lego games. I think I don't want to. This is an issue of me just not wanting to give up. But I think I should give up. I think I should have given up a long time ago. We've determined clearly that PC is not the right place to play. And there's a lockup again. And see, it felt like we were going to get it to work. And it does help a little bit. And I haven't even turned on enhanced graphics or anything. But the lockups still happen. I need to just give up. I'm not going to rage quit this game, but this is almost certainly going to be the last Lego game we cover. Until I buy a new video card that could be anywhere from 6 months from now, the time that you see this episode, to 4 years from now. It could be any amount. Because it's not worth it. It's not worth spending $600 or $700 to only have a chance at getting a game that should run perfectly fine to actually run. I do need to upgrade my video card, and I will eventually, but it's not going to be based around Lego. It's going to be based around the next Witcher 3 style game, the next very visually demanding game. 970s are recommended setting cards still. They're on the edge of stopping to be recommended. I will admit that, like, in 6 months to a year, they will start to say, don't get a 970, instead get a 1060 or 1070. I don't even know if there is a 1070. Well, I'm supposed to hit this guy, and then, like, trying to remember what I'm supposed to do to defeat General Grievous here. And one of the reasons why I did the Lego series is because people will search for things like Batman. Like, the Lego Batman movie came out, and who would have guessed, but the Lego Batman video game was searched a lot on YouTube. Now, is that clickbait? No. Does that mean some people will get video results that they weren't really looking for? Yes. There's kind of a difference. One is whether I labeled my video appropriately, and the other is whether somebody searched appropriately. And so maybe a lot of the people that wanted to see videos on YouTube about the Lego Batman movie saw the Lego Batman video game and weren't interested. But I bet a good portion of them were. And that was kind of the point. Every time there's a new Batman thing, ideally some small percentage of people looking for Batman things will find my series. So every time there's a new Star Wars thing, which there's always going to be a new Star Wars thing, probably, the idea is that some of them might see my video. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm certainly not doing it right. I think I need to force him down with an object and then force him against the wall. That is it. Okay, so it's a force push and then a force throw. That took forever. So we are now 20 minutes in the game and we've seen 2 lags, I believe. That's not drastically different from what we've seen before. It does feel like the game is running smoother, but maybe that's just a couple of days. And I don't want to get into it too much, but this, amongst other things, have really added up. The lagging in LEGO games lately, they've really added up to make me very sad. And you're just, I'm saying that as an adult, as a video game player, as a person who's kind of used to disappointing games that don't run well. I guess I'm not super used to it, but it has really made me incredibly sad to have such a poor experience with the LEGO games, considering I very much enjoyed them when I played them on the Xbox 360. I'm glad I still have those copies, and I'm glad that's something I can give to the next generation of video gamers that are in my family and say, play these games, you'll have fun with them, it'll keep you busy for a long time. And I'm glad I know as long as they run on a 360 and I can still get a 360 to turn on, that at that point they can play it. But I really wouldn't. I'd say you could try and install this on your PC whenever they are ready to play it, when they're a little bit older, to start playing full video games. Right now, all my family members that are young or too young. But yeah, it's made me really, really sad about it. I've not been happy. It's gone from eating me up inside to just full depression on it. I'm not saying I'm clinically depressed or anything, although I'm sure I could probably get a doctor to agree that too. Just unhappy. And that's not what you want in a video game. It's the exact opposite. You've taken the joy out of my life, or lowered the joy in my life, LEGO games, with your lagging. And I've let it do that, and I've let it affect me a lot more than I should have, because I should have just stopped playing LEGO games at least 3 series ago. I shouldn't have gone through it. And yes, a big part of that is that I am possibly obsessive, and that's an issue that usually helps when playing video games, is to be a little bit obsessive and see them all the way to the end. There's a lot of video game players, they say, don't ever even bother to finish playing the video game to the end. I can certainly see that. I'm not somebody like that, though. But this time, my obsessiveness hasn't paid off. It's just caused me to stick with something that I should have given up. And see, what's weird here is it is better. There is less lag happening here. If we're only going to get 2 lags every 30 minutes, that's not too bad, really. But I still don't, I think the well's already been poisoned. That might be the right way to say this. Oh, that gold thing looks suspiciously like something I should have shot. So yeah, I'm starting to feel that even if I actually do have a much better experience here, I think I've already made the decision, and it's been a real hard decision to stop. I was gonna have to stop with the LEGO series anyways. In the end, I probably will still stupidly purchase the 2 remaining Lego games that are available. I'm not really certain that there are going to be any extra Lego games that come out. That in itself is part of a problem that's growing because Lego Dimensions is not coming to PC. We can pretty much guarantee that's never going to happen, or if it does happen, it's going to come as this remake or port from that happens way later. And maybe TT Games could start trying to really support PC games and say we're gonna make sure this is Windows 10 compatible and that this really runs. Right now this is a 32-bit process. If it was a 64-bit process, that would help a little bit. It would let it use more than 2 gigabytes of RAM in the game, which could be helpful. But even the most modern one that I have, the Lego Marvel Avengers, while it does look really nice and has actually a lot of features that get added together from previous games and is a nice kind of penultimate version of a Lego game, it looks like from the first level. There's still very much lagging. Lagging is still an issue, and it shouldn't be. So I believe I need to come back into this ship and to get this item. Yep. So that's number 10. We're not ready yet, though. So now I've collected all the things. Let's just work on finishing this level out. I don't even remember what to do. Okay, I think that's all I needed to do. Alright, good. And see, even trying to think about how I'm gonna wrap up this series, like, all I can think is I'll start by talking about lag and I'll end by talking about lag, and that's it. The lag has become such an issue that I can't even really remember what else is going on, what else happened in the series. It's like my favorite pet died or something. I'm just full of this bad memory for the entire experience. And you can ruin a video game having just like one scene that's awful. Having the entire game have a problem? I shouldn't have put up with it. I deserve better in video games. Everybody does. And so now we're at 93.3%. And while the lagging has been fixed, we need to do the Zillow Beast next time. And then we're going to have to make some extra levels for these real-time strategy levels. I'm not really surprised that I didn't have extra time on this recording. But we have now gone nearly 30 minutes. One of the ways to try and get it to lag is to sit here and do this, go back and do this, go back and do this, and usually if you hit that like really fast, you'll convince it to lock up and lag, and you can see I'm like hitting it as fast as possible and it's responding. It's not having a problem. Like, but then right then it locks up, and then it locks up again. So there's ways that you can force it. There's definitely ways you can force it. And since the lag is here, there's no reason I see to turn enhanced graphics back on and try to improve any of that. That would only make it worse and require me to reset the game, and by resetting the game I would then have to go set the affinity again just to get the slight improvement we've had here. And we've made more improvement using the set affinity trick than anything else. And maybe in something like Lego Harry Potter, where it was awful, this would fix it a little bit more than that. Wasn't that interesting? Why is it? Oh, I guess the music plays in this so that you can hear the audio volume, but then it goes quiet here. That's an interesting menu option. You'd think either the music would play in the background on the pause screen always or never. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.